Have you ever been in a situation that just feels completely, utterly hopeless? You know, where you can't change a thing about what's happening and you just feel stuck. It's such a heavy feeling. And today we're going to explore a really powerful and honestly a kind of surprising mental framework for dealing with those exact moments. So, to really wrap our heads around this state of being, we're going to start with this one single, incredibly powerful word from the Russian language that just nails this feeling perfectly. The word is бесперспективняк, and it's so much more than just hopelessness. It's that deep, sinking feeling of hitting a dead end. It's that heavy realization that there are zero good prospects and the whole problem is just completely out of your hands. To put it really simply, it's that nasty combination of feeling awful and feeling trapped. I think it's something we've all felt, even if we don't have a single word for it in English. Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. The solution that's proposed here is completely counterintuitive. It all starts with a paradox. In these moments of total hopelessness, the very first step is to stop trusting yourself. Yeah, the core idea is to be audacious, or to use the Russian verb naglits, which can mean being kind of insolent or impudent. But in this context, it's about being audacious toward your own suffering. So what on earth does that mean, to not trust yourself? I know, it sounds pretty weird, but it's not about doubting your sanity or anything like that. It's about being super specific about which part of your thinking you trust and which part you don't. And this right here illustrates that distinction perfectly. You absolutely should trust your negative feelings. They are real, they are valid, they're a totally normal response to a bad situation. So yeah, trust that the situation sucks. But, and this is the absolute key, do not trust the conclusion your brain immediately jumps to, the idea that you are obligated to suffer, that it's your only possible choice. So once you make that mental split, separating the bad situation from this idea that you have to suffer, you suddenly open up a brand new and totally achievable goal. A goal that's completely within your control. Okay, let's just walk through the logic here. You've accepted that the external situation is a dead end. Check. You've accepted that your negative feelings about it are real. Check. So if you can't change the world outside, what's the only thing left that you can actually work on? Your internal state. That's it. The new goal becomes radically simple. Just to work on feeling some comfort. Right here, right now. In spite of the fact that the external situation is still terrible. The focus and all of your power shifts completely inward. So how do you actually do this? Well, it all starts with a very simple, very private act of giving yourself permission. You start by asking yourself this exact question. And notice, it's not about feeling good instantly. Not at all. It's about giving yourself permission just to want to feel good. The desire itself is the first step. This breaks down that internal conversation perfectly. First, you just acknowledge reality. No sugarcoating it. I feel bad. The situation is bad. Then you question the necessity of the suffering. But do I have to suffer? The third step, this is the most important one. You explicitly give yourself permission to desire comfort. And finally, you back it up with simple, solid logic. Why would I actively want bad things for myself? Only a fool does. And this thought is so freeing, isn't it? Just because the situation can't change doesn't mean your desires are wrong. The act of wanting to feel better costs absolutely nothing, and it harms no one. It's like your own safe internal little rebellion. Now, what's really, really important here is the nuance. This isn't about toxic positivity. You are not rushing yourself. You're not forcing yourself to feel better. And you are definitely not pretending things are fine when they're not. You're holding two truths at the same time. The honest acknowledgement that things are bad, and the persistent, audacious desire to feel good anyway. So, let's bring it all together. What is the path forward when you find yourself in that state of besperspektivniak? It's really these three steps. First, you see the situation and your feelings for what they are. You don't fight them. Second, you reject that story your brain is telling you, the one that says suffering is your only choice. And third, you get audacious. You grant yourself that simple, powerful permission to want well-being for yourself, no matter what's going on. And that's really the final takeaway. It's a challenge when you think about it. When everything feels completely hopeless, can you find it in you to be just a little bit insolent toward your own misery and simply allow yourself to want comfort? It might be the only freedom you have in that moment, And you know what? It might just be enough.